Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. We've got big pours today, but it is a SMaSH beer. We are examining a New Zealand hop, a hop from New Zealand, Riwaka. Riwaka, we've got some, we had some recommendations, some requests from people saying you got to do a SMaSH beer with this hop. And Yakima Valley had a sale on many of the 2022 pellets that they had in stock. So I grabbed a whole bunch. So this was one of the packages I got. So this is Riwaka. The alpha acids on this is 3.2%. And this SMaSH beer is a 1 US gallon size, where we're using 2 pounds of raw 2-row pale malt and 1 ounce or 28 grams of this particular hop variety. And for this brew, tried to keep it with late in the brewing process additions. So this, I think the first edition, which was 7 grams, was added with 10 minutes to go in the boil. Then we did a hop stand. We chilled to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's like about 80 degrees Celsius, and let that sit for 10 minutes before chilling further. And then we let it, we transferred it into a small gallon size fermenter, and then we pitched our yeast, let it ferment for 3 days, and then I added another 7 grams for dry hopping. So just the hop stand was 14 grams, 7 grams with 10 minutes to go in the boil, and 7 grams dry hops, and that's what made this beer, and that's what we're using to examine the aroma, the flavor, and everything else that this particular hop variety would bring to a beer. So, Mike, I think I heard some kind of exclamation.
Some moaning.
A little bit of a surprising.
Yeah. I was taken aback for a second.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued by it. It's pretty interesting. It's I get on the nose, I get some like green melon, maybe lime zest type of notes, and there's like an underpinning of something herbally in there too.
Yep,
so it's a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit, but it's not like super standout either way in those things, but it's pretty pronounced. And for 3.2% alpha acid, I think that I'm even more intrigued by how aromatic it is. And then the flavor sort of follows suit the same way.
I'm getting a lot of lime too. Yep.
It follows, like, it's definitely like a nice, bright, pure lime flavor to it. There's almost like a I think it's something about that green, maybe it's like underripe green melon, because it's almost something like, reminds me of Sabro a little bit, with like, there's a little bit of like a not tropical, like almost like a cream coconutty thing in there too, right?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it's just the lime that is just pushing the wrong receptors tonight, but it's giving me a little bit of that coconutty thing. But it's definitely something like, it's green melon, lime, and there's like a strange herbal thing in there too.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm getting too.
It's really pleasant. It's actually,
yeah.
I mean, to really use a generic descriptor, there's a pleasant fruitiness to it that isn't like strongly citrus, grapefruit, that type of stuff. It's just fruity with a little bit of like that limey tartness almost to it.
So the write-up on Yakima Valley says that this is one of the most prized varieties that come out of New Zealand. It talks about that it has some Saz in its lineage. And it says things of powerful citrus aromas. It notes pink grapefruit, which, yeah, you could twist my arm a little bit, but I think you're right. It's
like really ripe, ruby grapefruit.
Yeah.
To the point where it's not really, that grapefruity bite anymore.
Yep. It's this fresh and zesty aroma makes Riwaka a great fit for any IPA or hazy style. That's certainly coming through for me. The two big descriptors it has in its flavor key: sweet fruit and citrus.
It's fruity. It's fruity. I mean, definitely fruity.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about these in a while this way, but I think this would be a really great base layer hop of flavor to build on top of it. I bet this would really help accentuate other more prominent characters in other hop varieties. Right? I think this would be a great way to sort of use this as your base canvas and come in with your other things. Would probably amplify them significantly, I think, right?
Thinking back to that that beer that you brewed, and you were looking for more like an American wheat to have a little bit more, and that it didn't come through.
Yeah, this could work there.
Maybe that could be it, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think there's really much. I think you nailed all the other descriptors too. There's a little bit. It's delicate in its flavor. It's quite exceptional actually. And but the prominent note is citrus. And if we wanted to sit, it's not strong grapefruit. I say that, and I say when I think grapefruit and hops, it's always your 3 C's. Yeah. American Pacific Northwest, and that's not this.
It's like grapefruit, but not pithy, right? If you could just get like a nice, sweet, really ripe, ruby red type grapefruit quality to it.
Yep, and it's melding really nice with that with the malt base, so that's really good too.
Yep.
I think that maybe I learned a little bit about the adding it while the wort is just a little bit chilled, right off the boil, and just letting that sit for 10 minutes. Let everything that can be extracted that temperature.
Look at that.
Maybe after years of making all these SMaSH beers,
you're growing up.
I learned something.
Growing up.
How about that?
Hop stands.
Even
Who knew?
Even this old brew dude can learn something eventually. Glacial pace, as we say here on the show. All right. So Riwaka, that is our 2 men opinion about this hop variety. Thanks for the recommendations and anytime you write into us. Certainly, we were trying. We put it on the list, and when I see things on sale or it's available, and I love Yakima Valley. They always provide. If I'm going to say something, if you're looking for a good hop quality, at least this packet from the 2022 pellets from that particular hop provider. Check it out. That was really good. So, all right. Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel because we do home brewing videos every single week. And we've been doing that since 2013. Somehow, we find the time. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.